Oh, that was fun at the amusement park.
過労ですね。ひとまず安静にして体を休めないと。
Working too hard. Then again, a bakery and everything.
兄様の様子がおかしいと飛んできてみれば。まったくもう何をやっているのですか、兄様は。
Sitting next to the bed, Sugar let out a big sigh.
過労って何ですか？正式にはいわゆる慢性疲労と言われるものです。簡単に言えば体が疲れすぎてる状態ですね。
True.
昨日までは元気だったけど、疲れすぎると逆に疲労の度合いもわからなくなるそうです。疲れすぎると逆に元気になるってこと？
No.
それって
For the record, it's not what you two are thinking.
何を考えてるというのですか？誤解されるようなことをする方が悪いと思う。
Wow. These two.
まあまあ、兄様のお盛んっぷりは後で聞かせてもらうとして、とりあえず病院に行って診察を受けないとですね。
I guess. Wait a minute. Was that the casual little remake just now? Remark? What was that casual little remark? Wow.
兄様愛してますよといつもの愛のささやきを。しぐれの袖から大トロが落ちた。
Oh no.
大トロ、超大トロだにゃ。はっといけない。失礼しました。さ。
Just why did you bring that fatty tuna with you? She's clearly ready for everything. The two drooling cat girls behind her were ready for everything and anything too. Gah. Do I have no choice but to stop hiding things from Shigure?
真面目なお話、症状の進行度合いによっては入院もありえます。
Let's hope not.
まだ若いから体力があっても、その回復自体ができなくなってしまうのが慢性疲労ですから。
Hey, don't make a fuss just because I can't get up. I'm not going to close the shop just because I'm a little dizzy. We're at a crucial time with our clientele increasing and all.
そんなこと言ってるとお店どころか死にますよ。死ぬって？死んだら永久に閉店になりますが、
She's doing it to get the
それが
cat
お
girls
望み
worked
で
up.
すか？ご主人様、死んじゃダメです。絶対ダメですよ。いきなり未亡猫を寂しすぎる。ご主人、それはダメ。
Widowed cat girl. Vanilla. She was angry. Shigure was clearly angry. From my experience, Shigure was at her utmost upset when she smiled while angry. Even the cat girls themselves seemed pretty serious too. You guys say the scariest things sometimes.
私は事実を客観的に述べているだけですが、まあ大丈夫です。兄様を見送った後、私もすぐ後を追いますから。
Okay, that's bad. She said that without missing a beat, smiling as usual. Please stop with the jokes like that. With jokes like that.
心配する方の気持ちがわかりましたか？
I guess.
では体を休めていただけますね。それとも救急車で無理やりがお望みですか？
I do not like to think what. Never mind. At my vague reply, her face started getting closer and closer. The pressure from her smiling was terrifying. At this point, I didn't seem to have a choice. Got it. I'll be a good boy and get some sleep. That's definitely better than being hospitalized.
はい、素直な兄様は好きですよ。
More like you terrifying me to death.
素直でない兄様もそれはそれでいいのですが。
Cut it out. I already said I'd be good and get some sleep. Shigure gave a satisfied nod in my answer. At least for today, I'd give in. Plus, it was true that I couldn't work like this.
ご主人様、大丈夫ですか？ご主人、大丈夫？
Yeah, I'm fine. There's no point in making this much fuss. Oh, this much of a fuss.
そうなんで、か、それならよか。
What are these two doing?
違うんですよ。これは猫の習性で。
What the?
飼い主が苦しいときは伸びとかあくびをしてリラックスを長く。
Well, I wasn't really going to say anything. Don't worry about it. Their long string of yawns was surreal. I guess it was pretty calming. I felt some muscles loosening up. It was like some sort of tension was draining from me.
ではショコラ、バニラ、お店の閉店お願いね。わーい、任せてください。
They're yawning, right?
通常業務なら
Oh wow. I'm a little confused.
猫も面白い習性があるものですよね。
Interesting, yes. It's easy to remember that catgirls really are just cats when you live with them.
まあ、一緒に暮らしてだなんて赤裸々な。
Lay off, would you?
あら、突っ込む元気もないと？いろんな意味で。
Wow. You're so persistent.
兄様への愛ゆえです。
I really can't understand her definition of love. It's been like this ever since she was born.
さて、冗談はこれくらいにして、どうしてこんなになるまで我慢していたのですか？
Cue the music.
ご自分の体調など、ご自分が一番わかっていらしたでしょうに。
You said it yourself that if you get too tired, you don't notice it, right?
そうなる前に気づいてたはずです。はぐらかさないでください。
She sat up straight and stared at me intensely. We waited in silence for a while, yet she still stared at me without budging an inch. Seeing her persistence, I decided to give in and surrendered with a sigh. It's because I thought I had to work harder. I murmured, leaning my head back on the pillow and looking at the ceiling. Recently I went on a date with Chocola and Vanilla. It was then that it struck me that they are not just pets, but family, lovers even. So I didn't want them to have to work hard because of my choice to leave home.
それで無理して倒れては元の木阿弥でしょうに。
Well, it's your own fault our clientele increased so much.
あら、何のことでしょう。
I decided not to press further. Shigure smiled slightly and tilted her head in response. If she was going to address that issue honestly, she would have already have done it so by now. That's how Shigure has always been.
兄様のおっしゃることもわかりますが、でも猫は賢い子たちですから、人間の家族にもパートナーにもなれるくらいに。だからこそ。
She took a deep breath and looked at me with a kind of troubled smile.
自分にも頼ってもらえないのは寂しいことだと思いますよ。
Her smile stabbed at my heart. Those were words that Chocola and Vanilla would say about me. No, I'm sure these were Shigure's words too. Her smile pierced me and my words were trapped in my throat.
でもその痩せ我慢が兄様のいいところでもあるのですが。
Would you say that I'm worthy of being relied upon?
過労で倒れてしまうような方に頼りがいはないと思いますよ。兄様は昔から何でも一人で抱え込んでしまうのですから。
She spoke as if she was indulging a child's tantrum. Sitting next to me, she placed her small hand on my cheek and ever so slightly closed her eyes. Her slender, small hand's warmth was so gentle and loving. The stiffness in my shoulders seemed to melt away.
あ、すみません、兄様。ルーマが。
She looked at her phone and furrowed her brows. When Shigure just sat there motionlessly, I could pretty much figure out who it was. It's from home, right? You should answer.
用件など出ずともわかります。行き先を告げずに出てきたので。
The cell phone in Shigure's hand stopped ringing. Shigure fell silent and gripped the cell phone tightly.
それとも
Damn it!
世間知らずの子供だからですか？だから私はお父様とお母様の言うことに従わねばならないのでしょうか？
Next.
私はここにいたいのです。兄様が苦しまれてる時くらいせめておそばにいるだけでも。
That's probably where Chocola and Vanilla have been acting like acting like her, but they do have their individual personalities. But the behaviors and all that.
妹として家族としておそばにいることも許されないことなのでしょうか。
She spoke in a lonely, frustrated voice with her face downturned. Her voice sounded soft, but was filled with a firm desire. You're so silly, Shigure. Who cares whether you're allowed to or not?
兄様。
I sat up and wrapped my arms around Shigure's shoulders. Shigure let herself rest her head on my chest. I promised I'd look after myself, and I will. Plus, Chocola and Vanilla are here, so the three of us will be fine. You said that earlier yourself, remember? I whispered as gently as I could near Shigure's ear. For her to be so attached to me, it honestly made me feel really happy. That was exactly why. I didn't want Shigure to be as clumsy as I was. The fact was that Shigure was still a child, and she still needed that family of ours. She didn't need me leading her astray. If they found out you came here, you'd never be able to come back, right? I couldn't bear it if that happened.
それは本当ですか？
Of course. Why would I lie about that?
兄様らしい説得の仕方ですね。
Her shoulders shook happily. Her small shoulders shook happily. I probably didn't have to tell my precious little sister. But she still gave a small nod at my words.
その代わり、また明日も来ますからね。兄様の面倒を見れる人は、もう私だけなのですから。
I'm pretty sure I've already been taken care of with 2 catgirls, but okay. Okay, just please don't go overboard. She hugged me tighter and placed her cheek on my chest. Shigure was the same as Chocola and Vanilla. I thought so! Keeping those words to myself, I hugged her back. Oh.
にゃー！しぐれちゃんがご主人様とイチャイチャしてる！私たちに片付けをさせておいて、なんたる不始末。
Oh.
これも妹の特権なのですよ。
Wow.
兄様、ゴロゴロゴロ。にゃー、私もゴロゴロする。ご主人様、ゴロゴロってしてください。
Oh no.
私もこのビッグウェーブに乗らざるを得ない。
Big cuddle on the bed by the looks of it.
さあ、ご主人、ゴロゴロしてたの？
Hey, wait, the 3 of you at once is too heavy. So heavy.
女性に重いとは失礼ですよ、兄様。
True, but when there's 3 of you against 1, it gets pretty heavy.
比較的みんな 軽いはずだから大丈夫。これは愛の重さですよ。だから我慢です、ご主人様。
Thanks, Chocola. God, wait, I'm the sick person here. The weight of the love from the three of them gave no mercy. Clearly. It's getting quite hot in here.
Nekopara.
Thanks, Vanilla. I also moderately love you.
それでは頼みましたよ。ショコラ、バニラ、大丈夫です。任せてください。鈴持ちの猫が2匹もいるからもう満体。
I guess.
そうですね。頼りにしてます。では、兄様。また明日に。
Yeah, sorry I can't see you out. I'll see you later. Bye bye, little sister. Shigure gave a little wave of her hand as the door closed, hiding her from view. I sank into the nearby sofa. Now that Shigure was gone, I could drop the front I've been putting up to keep her from worrying.
ご主人様、大丈夫ですか？ご主人、大丈夫？
I'm fine. It's just tiring to be standing, that's all. Chocola and Vanilla both looked at me, worriedly. I forced a smile as I answered, "Don't make those faces now. Once I sleep a little, I'll be better. Don't worry." Shigure said so too, didn't she? I petted both of their heads.
でも、本当に病院行った方がいいんじゃないですか？鈴の試験で習った。動けないときは救急車を呼ぶって。
It's not bad enough for that, okay? Plus, we've finally got customers that come here now. How would it look if an ambulance stopped in front of the bakery?
ご主人様。ご主人。
Their faces, already clouded with worry, darkened more. Their mouths were slightly agape, as if to say more. But they swallowed their words and bowed their heads.
難しいこと、わからなくてごめんなさい。鈴を持ってても、人の気持ちまではわからない。
Don't be silly. It's not something you need to apologize for. I pulled the two closer as their faces became tearful. I hated not being able to put my feelings into words. Holding them to my chest, I squeezed them tightly.
何もできないですけど、でもそばにいますから。ご主人様が前にショコラたちにしてくれたみたいに。ご主人が辛そうなのを見てるだけは苦しい。私にできることなら何でもするから言って。
They tightly squeezed back. Their honest feelings were warm, like the heat from their bodies. Oh?
でも、猫は賢い子たちですから、人間の家族にもパートナーにもなれるくらいに。自分にも頼ってもらえないのは、きっと寂しいことだと思いますよ。
I understand. Family, partners, they might be something like this. I closed my eyes, savoring the warmth of my beloved catgirls. If I wasn't careful, I might break down crying from the pure kindness that filled my heart. Then stay by my side. If you two are with me, that's enough.
はい、そんなの言われるまでもないです。離れろって言われても離れない。
They hugged me even more tightly, and I hugged them back with all my strength. Thank you. I am no longer just one person. I need to get well quickly, so I don't worry them any more than I already have. With that foremost in my mind, I lost track of time. Night time already? Indeed.
ご主人様、大丈夫ですか？ご主人様。39度。ご主人、さっきより熱が上がってる。
I'm pretty damn sick.
せっかくご主人様が寝れたのに、すごい苦しそう。お薬は、次は朝まで飲んじゃダメって言ってたし。
The clock had just struck midnight, and all we could do as Master groaned in pain, oh wow, I'm telling their side of the story now, was wipe his face with a towel and hold his hand for comfort.
どうしよう。どうしたらいいのかな。私たちじゃ何もできない。
Chocola Vanilla.
ここにいます。ショコラはここにいますから。
That acting though.
私もバニラもここにいるよ。ちゃんとそばにいるから。
No matter how much we wanted to help, there was nothing we could do. It was so frustrating. We wanted to cry. That big strong hand we always relied upon ripped ours back weakly now. It was heartbreaking.
病院に行ってお医者さんを呼んでこよう。救急車はダメでもお医者さんに来てもらうなら大丈夫だよね。私も同じこと考えてた。
You two better be careful if you do end up doing it.
この辺りで病院っていうと。
Did I just double click?
あ、お隣に病院がありますよ。ここにお薬がなかったらお隣に行くんですね。さすが人の文明は便利なようにできてるんですね。
She did say that.
いつも行くドラッグストアの隣だね。うん。ご主人が辛い時は私たちが行かなきゃ。
Nodding together, we stood up.
ごめんなさい、ご主人様。ショコラたちは言いつけを破ります。後でいくらでも謝るから。好きな人が苦しんでるのに黙っていられない。待っててくださいね、ご主人様。すぐにお医者さん呼んできますから。
And that's why you don't live alone.
ショコラ、大丈夫？
Holding hands, we ran through the park. We were short of breath, struggling and stumbling, but we didn't stop. We had to get to the clinic as quickly as possible. With that in the forefront of our hearts, we ran without stopping.
大丈夫だから。そんなことより早く行かなくちゃ。頑張ってショコラ。もうちょっとだから。もうちょっとで。そしたらご主人のところに戻れるから。
The motions.
閉まってる。そんな、せっかくここまで来たのに。どうしたらいいのかな。ショコラじゃわかんない。わかんないよ。他の病院の場所は知らないし、道を聞ける人も歩いてない。でもこのまま帰るわけにもいかないし。
We gripped each other's hands tightly in worry. Looking up at the cold shutters, we chewed our lips in concern.
君たち何してるの？
The police officer, wow, how convenient.
あ、警察さん、空いてる病院教えてもらえませんか？ご主人様が大変で、それでお医者さん呼ぼうと思って。病院が休みでどうすればいいかわからなくて。飼い主さんが？それは大変だけど。君たち鈴は持ってないの？あ、
We touch our necks where she pointed.
いつもはつけてるんですけど、ご主人の看病してる時に鈴が鳴っちゃうから外してて。とりあえず一緒に来てもらえるかな。
Oh, no.
ご主人様に連絡がつけばすぐに帰れるから。お家にあるんです。嘘じゃなくて本当なんです。ショコラはご主人様のためにお医者さんを連れて帰らないとダメなんです。ご主人が苦しんでるから私たちは帰らなきゃダメ。だからいけない。お願い、分かって。ごめんね。そう言って逃げちゃう猫ちゃんもいるのよ。
Really?
最近猫を使った犯罪とかも増えてるから。
Wow.
だから鈴のない猫ちゃんは一緒に来てもらう決まりなの。
They do have bells though, but
すぐに身元紹介してご主人様に連絡するからね。だから鈴は家にあるからって。それに鈴持ちだったらご主人様が緊急の時は救急車を呼ぶくらいわかるでしょ。それは鈴の勉強でやりましたけど、でもご主人様が呼んじゃダメって言ってて。私たちにはお店のことがあるからお客さんに不安を与えちゃいけないって。うん、分かったから、ご主人様に迎えに来てもらおう。
if you kinda listened, the master's a bit in trouble now.
ショコラたちのことご主人様が頼りにしてるって言ってくれたんです。だからショコラたちはご主人様のところに帰らなきゃダメなんです。そばにいてって言われたから。だから私たちはいけない。ご主人のところに帰らなくちゃ。分かった。本当にすぐ帰れるからちょっとだけ一緒に来て。ダメです。ショコラはご主人様のところにしか行かないです。ごめんなさい。今だけは絶対に行けない。決まりだからどうしても一緒に来てもらわないといけないんだけど。
Wow. Chocola, vanilla.
ご主人様、なんで。
Wow. Probably as soon as they left, I noticed it's like, oh hell no.
ご主人、どうして。
I woke up and you two were gone. What are you doing? Jeez. My shoulders were shaking, my breathing was ragged. As I fought to keep my vision from wavering, I checked that they were both safe. Leaving your important bells behind? What would you do if something happened, really? Now that I knew Chocolate and Vanilla were okay, I fought to keep my legs from buckling.
ご主人のこと、今度は私たちが守らなきゃって思ったから。
I know that's silly. I'm not mad. Taking the gold and silver bells from my pocket, I handed each of them over to Chocolate and Vanilla. I'm mad that you made me worry for no reason though.
だってご主人様が苦しそうにしてたから、いても立ってもいられなくて。ご主人が辛いのに何もできないのが辛かった。家族だから、飼い猫だから、何かしなくちゃって。
While holding back tears in their eyes, they looked up at me, struggling to speak. It's natural to worry about family. I know that. It's the same way for you two. I couldn't help it.
ご主人様。ご主人。
Oh, jeez, you two. You made me a sick person worry. You made a sick person worry.
ごめんなさい。心配かけてごめんなさい。ご主人様。ごめんなさい。ご主人。ごめんなさい。
I know. It's okay now. What about the police officer? So don't cry.
ご主人様。ご主人様。
Don't cry. Cry, Lord.
ご主人。ご主人。
The small shoulders shaking, they repeatedly wiped their eyes. I pet my precious catgirls with all the love I had in me.
鈴の紹介もできましたので、私はこれで失礼させていただきますね。
I'm sorry my catgirls caused you trouble. So like that she just left? We watched as the police officer walked into the distance. We then slowly turned to go home. Let's go back to our home, Chocola, Vanilla.
はい、帰りましょう、ご主人様。みんなで帰ろう。
As I leaned on the shoulders of a tearfully smiling Chocola and Vanilla, the three of us headed back to our home. Oh? And now we're back to the bakery. Okay. Alright. My strength is fully returned, so it's time to work hard and get... Huh? What? What? Why?
ほんめ、これマジでうめえな。洋菓子はあれだと思ってたけど、悪くねえな。
Really, Suki?
あずきってば、本当に食べ方が汚いわね。
I don't know why, but every time I'm about to say Azuki, I think of Kazooie? I don't know why.
誰も取らないんだから、もう少し上品に食べなさいよ。
Anyway, I think Sugar Ray did this.
せっかくの美味しい紅茶がまずくなるでしょうが。ショコラちゃん、バニラちゃんとお揃いの制服だ。
Sorry.
かわいいな。嬉しいな。なっちゃんも一緒だね。私みたいな猫にこういうのは似合わないんじゃないかと。
You right there, Coco?
こういうのは小さくて可愛い猫じゃないと。そんなことないですよ。素材が良ければ全て良しですから。ココナッツは私の自慢の猫なんですから、堂々となさい、堂々と。そうだよ、なっちゃんは背が高くてかっこいい猫だよ。僕はそれが嫌なのに。もっと可愛くなりたかったにゃ。おかわりいっぱいあるよ。ショコラとご主人様の初めての共同作業でいっぱい作ったから食べて食べて。
Wow.
紅茶もいっぱい種類ある。
Never tried black tea.
覚えられないくらいいっぱいあるから一覧表作った。
Huh? What's this? What's going on? Somehow my bakery had become a sort of catgirl cafe. The first thing I saw this morning was so unexpected my brain couldn't process it all.
おはようございます、兄様。私は今回の一件でいろいろと考えたのです。
Really? She wore a sunny smile that no cloud could cover up. The catgirls looked at me with similar smiles. I felt myself break out into a cold sweat. Thinking. About what? I only managed to get out that much.
今回の一件で兄様に無理をするなというのが無理なことがよくわかりました。ですが、私も妹として夜も眠れぬほど心配をさせられたのもまた事実。ならば人員を増やして兄様の負担を減らすのが一番の得策としぐれは考えたのです。
I guess, but... Even if you increase the number of staff, right now our situation makes things...
ご心配は無用です、兄様。
Oh?
兄様のためならば、私にお給金など不要ですから。
No. You have a curfew, and on weekends you have school.
はい。ですので、私一人ではなく、猫たちが協力してくれるそうですから。
Shigure turned towards them all.
カショウ様のため、しぐれ様の命とあれば、しょうがないわね。 しぐれがお小遣いくらいは出してくれるんでしょ。ったくめんどくせえけど飼い猫のつれえとこだよな。私はカショウさんの美味しいケーキとお茶をいただければ十分です。全員鈴持ちの即戦力です。文句はありませんね。
I guess, but the catgirls all in La Soleil's uniforms nodded. There was no way this was going to change. The mood made it clear that I wouldn't be able to turn this decision right around now. No, wait.
いらっしゃい、みんな。先輩として歓迎しちゃうよ。
Teach them all, senpai.
またみんなと一緒。嬉しい。こうでなくちゃ。
It's slowly zooming in, isn't it?
ああ、まさか兄様と一緒にお菓子を作れる日が来ようとは。しぐれは銀河一幸せな妹にございます。よかったね、しぐれちゃん。でも新しい門でも涙はダメだよ。はい、ハンカチ使って。
The zooming in is focused on vanilla and chocolate.
しぐれ様が嬉しいと僕も嬉しい。よかったですね、よかったですね、しぐれ様。本当に指名ナンバーワンになったらボーナス出んだよな。
I don't know.
そしたら毎日ボーナスか。大トロ食い放題じゃねえか。たまんね
I don't think we have much fatty tunas here.
え。またあずきはバカなことばっかり言って。私がいるのにナンバーワン取れる気でいるなんて。
No, this isn't a place that does staff contests and stuff like that. It kept the conversation going despite me, the owner, objecting. Even though I said it kept going, the conversation itself was pretty much done. Oh well. Of course, having them around would be helpful, I suppose.
さあさあ、みんなお店を開けますよ。
Yeah! Said all, so yeah, I joined it. Oh well, I guess this will work. And so, patisserie La Soleil, whatever, or rather, the cake shop now known as Nekopara, was taking its first steps into a new future. And I guess it ends right there. Nothing's happening.
ネコパラボリューム1、
Ah, there I
ソ
go.
レイユ開店しました。
Pardon me. Anyway, thoughts on this game? I liked it actually. Apart from, like, it was pretty well done. Like, between chapter 1 to 5, and then when they began to get on heat, Chocola and Vanilla, that just kind of caught me off guard and stuff. And then relieving them of the heat and such later on. Yeah, just more catching off guard and stuff. I didn't expect it to be to become all that stuff coming from this type of game. But I actually enjoyed reading it, and actually speaking it as well. Kind of helps my voice get louder and more confident in myself. So it's quite beneficial for me. Might take voice lessons or something. I don't know. But all in all, it's actually a good game, I reckon. So, but in the end, it's your decision to decide if this is a good game for you. Because for me, I'm just a person on the other side of the screen talking to himself. As I always do. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, or series, please do a like. And if you want to see more in the future, subscribe to the channel. As always, I will see you in the next one. Oh, and thank you for watching me play/read Nekopara, all in one. Hopefully there's more in the future. Looking forward to it if there are. Anyway, goodbye.